Alrighty, guys. So we are live, and I'm gonna be doing some tutorial stuff for you guys today. I'm just trying to get finish getting my space set up. So yeah. Anyway, but welcome all of you. If you're new to my channel. Yeah, we're just gonna be doing some drawing. So what I want to do is we're going to the basics. We're literally going to be doing the basics. So we're just starting off from yeah, just anyone can join in, whether you're using an iPad or Android tablet. This is all going to be straightforward, pretty simple. But anyway, yeah. So because there's a lot of people who want to get into the world of drawing, digitally with tablets and stuff, but maybe sometimes they just feel a little overwhelmed and they're not sure exactly what they should do. So I'm gonna kind of just show you some easy things that you can start practicing and will help get you going. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna start off. We're gonna draw a character, and we're going to make the character very, very quickly. Okay, so I have just this brush selected. You can use practically any tool you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. So yeah, so that's kind of how mine's gonna look. But anyway, with that being said, a lot of people they always say they can draw stick figures and stuff, which is actually pretty good because we're going to be doing stick figures today, which we'll build upon that, and I'll show you guys how you can actually turn these into like full characters and stuff. So if you're just starting like just from scratch, just completely from zero, this video is for you. So yeah. So a lot of times what you can do is start off with a thing we call lines of action. So say if I wanted to have, and I've done tutorials on this before, but it's kind of for new people or whatever, so your lines, they don't have to look as bad as mine, but you can kind of just start off with a line and then like kind of do like another line here. This is going to be to represent the shoulders, and then one down here, and then that can kind of represent the hips, and then we can just put like a we can put like a little circle like about right there, and then that's going to represent the head. The next thing you can do is you can make tiny little circles on either side. So these kind of represent the ballpoint like areas for like where we're going to have like joints and stuff. So we can go ahead and draw the hand coming down like this, and maybe one like that. Actually, I'm going to move this a little bit, and then we can have his legs come down over here. We could do a little more hello. And yeah, okay, so we've kind of got a little basic shape for a character, just kind of a quick little setup. We can also add those in for his hands, so you can do it this way, and then from there you kind of just build upon it. But I'm going to show you guys maybe even a little bit easier way. So actually let's just move this out of the way, and I'll make a new layer. Okay, so this is one way you can do it, but then also you can just kind of just go like this to make it even more so of like a stick figure. So you can kind of just do something like that. Wait, hold on real quick. Okay, this is better. So we'll just do that, and then something like that. Okay, so he's running, or whatever. So believe it or not, just practicing, like, doing these types of little sketches, and, like, it will help you a lot. Because the thing is you want to, especially if you're new, starting off with your tablets, like, you really want to make sure that you have control over your, like, the pen or stylus, whatever you're using. So just doing little stick figures is actually not a bad idea. So I'm going to clear these. and we're going to just draw some more here real quick. So let's try like a different position. So I just want you guys to get comfortable. Don't worry if these stick figures don't look super amazing or anything. It's okay. So let's see. So let's do kind of like this. So yeah. So you see how I'm just kind of, I mean, I'm literally just drawing stick figures here, but I know this probably seems a little bit crazy and maybe a little too simple, but trust me, this stuff is important. So I'll go ahead and do just a random shape for the head, and just don't worry if it's messy. Like it's not a big deal. Like this is just control. So a lot of my drawings, they start off messy a lot. A lot of times, and it's all about shaping it and bringing it back together. Okay, so with this actual shape that I have going on here, we're going to turn this into more of a drawing and not just leave it as a stick figure. But I just want you guys to see how easy and kind of how messy it can be, and then turn it into something pretty cool. But the thing is, like, you can, it's okay to just be messy. I feel like a lot of times people, they stress so much when they try to start drawing, and they just feel like they have to do all this perfect stuff like right away, which is just not true. So but definitely practice doing this a lot, just drawing these, like, you know, different little stick figures in like different shapes and stuff. Okay, so with that being said, and with us going over a few of these, let's actually start adding some detail to this character that we've got going on. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and most apps that, if you're using the tablet, most apps have this, like, an option to drop the opacity of whatever layer you're using. So you can, like, make it disappear kind of like that. So I know Sketchbook and Artflow, I know they both have these features. Sketchbook and Artflow, those are two Android apps that you can definitely use if you're on an Android tablet. I'm using an iPad Pro, and I'm using the app Procreate. But all of these features that I'm going to be using in this video, these are pretty standard, so I'm not going to be using a bunch of stuff that you guys don't have. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a new layer, but let's go ahead and turn the opacity down, because I just kind of want to show you guys how to build up on this. And technically, you could do this on paper too. You could, if you're using just like an eraser, you can follow along. So if you don't have a tablet, you can still follow along. The principle is pretty much the same, so you can just practice it on paper as well. We're not going to be getting into color and any of that on this particular video. Okay, so let's go to our new layer. So what I want to recommend that you guys do is, once you have like this little faded sketch, this is kind of where you start adding in more basic shapes to kind of just to add more mass to the drawing. So you see it's just literally just a stick figure right now, but we're going to start using some basic shapes to help us create this character. And what character is it going to be exactly, we don't know 100%, but we're going to make something really cool. So we're just drawing from our imagination right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add just kind of a really simple shape, just like this. And then another one about right here. And then bring this down over here. And then we can fill this one over here, and then bring this one in as well. Now, we're going to come up here, and we're just going to draw another one here, another one there, and then just kind of a circle right there. And then same thing on this side. And then for the head, we're just going to kind of, actually, I'm going to draw it a little higher. Maybe we'll even make it a little bit bigger. And then we'll zoom in a little, and you can just kind of put something right there to represent the neck. Okay, so that's pretty simple. I guess we should do the feet too. So we'll just make these little shapes. Just like that. Okay. Now, it looks extremely basic, but that's good. Like, that's what we want. So what I just did is, our first layer that we had right there, I hid it because technically we don't need it anymore. So now we have this one, and what I'm going to do is drop the opacity on this one again. So it's just kind of like building up. You use the stick figure just kind of as your skeleton frame, and then you start adding some more just basic shapes on top of it to kind of help start developing the character into more, more detail. So what I'm going to do now is, now that we've dropped the opacity on that, I'm going to make a new layer, and this time we're going to be a little more detailed, but also we're going to just I'm going to just do a thing I call messy sketchy. Those of you that have been following me forever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me explain real quick. A lot of times people, they try to just kind of like go over like this and add more detail and just trying to make it look, trying to clean it up a little bit. And sometimes they're so nervous when they're drawing, when they're first learning, they're so afraid that they're going to like make a mistake. So sometimes they do. But what I like to do, my thing that I like to, that I just like to do, is the messy sketchy. And that's kind of where you just do like kind of like really loose strokes. So we're just kind of like going kind of like this. You see, now these aren't all like all these little lines, like the edge of them, they're not connecting to the other pieces, versus like if I were to do something like that and connect it, like we're not doing that. It's just kind of like we're forming it, but we're just doing it very loosely. Okay. So I would suggest that you guys do that. Just have fun. Just see where your hand takes you. And, just kind of try to follow the outline that you've created a little bit. But don't be afraid if you see something you're like, I think this would look better if I move this down. For instance, like we have the arm. It's up kind of high. So I could just do a quick little sketch in like that. And then I can kind of see. I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of want to maybe make the arm come up over here more so. Same thing with here. Be like, oh, you know what? I want to change this. Now I know this seems a little bit like messy, but that's the whole point. It's just getting control of like getting your ideas out without having to like stress about making it look perfect, because that part, all that detailing and stuff, that comes later. So I'm just gonna like sketch in some stuff right here. Now I'm having an idea of like adding a little bit more detail to the character, so I'm cutting this part off and I'm gonna sketch down over here. And then we'll come in right there. So this is this is really messy, but remember, a lot of this is just for control, so you guys feel a little bit more like you're in control of like what you want to create. So like right here, I'm kind of thinking it'd be cool to kind of do like some like little knee pad things or something. So almost view this as like just imagine you're kind of like directing the drawing now. Like you have an idea, like those first two layers, those are kind of like the script, and now we're actually like stopping to direct it, So this is just kind of just being messy and like, what if we do this? What if we put this over here and this and that and blah, 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 blah. So for instance, like we can probably actually hide that other layer now because we've kind of got this idea going on. So now, mind you, this is messy, but it's okay. So now you can kind of go back and look at it and be like, let's just scribble some areas in. You can kind of, once you have like a base, you can kind of let your mind start creating a little bit. Stick figures, yes. Stick figures, they are the way. That's where technology is going. Okay. So you see how I'm just kind of scribbling all this stuff in and just kind of coming up with ideas. Like just little patterns and stuff. It will give you an idea as you continue to go on. I'm going to sketch this, make this a little bit bigger. And we can erase this part. Okay, so now let's just draw in some random looking eyes and a weird mouth. Okay. So I know you're probably like, what in the world are we creating? Okay. So I know this looks very basic. I know I keep saying that, but it's just because I just want you guys to understand how important this part really is. Like, this is, I'm going out of my way to make these sketches like on a level that I guess anyone feels like they could like jump in and do it. So yeah, I don't know if that makes really any sense to you guys, but I want everyone to feel like I'm drawing on their level. Like whether, if they're a, beginner or something. I don't want the first video to feel like super advanced, Okay, so anyway, so now that we've got that, what we're going to do is let's come up with some other ideas, okay? I know this is super messy, but yeah. So let's come up with some other ideas. So I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool if we added some weird ears on this character. So maybe we'll do some ears like that. I don't know, something like that. Maybe he's got, just for the sake of it, let's just say he's got like these two weird hook hands. Okay. And let's add in, we're going to add in just a line that's going to represent the tail. So I guess this is what, maybe like some super cat or something. And we'll add in like some feet. Just like that. Okay, so it's going to be like a cyborg type of cat or something. Okay, he's like Wolverine. He's like Wolvacat. There you go. It's actually a good name, Wolvacat. Okay, so now let's actually do a little bit more detailing. So we've got an idea. This is going to be a weird robot, So let's change the opacity on this. And now I'm going to make a new layer. This time we're going to be a little more precise with what we do. So let's, we're going to start up here on his hand. And so let's say the character, we want him to be wearing like some type of gloves or something. So you see how I'm just kind of like, now I'm just kind of like defining some of these areas, making them stand out a little more. It's actually like not the shape I want it, more like that. So the more you do this, the more you'll start seeing different things that you want to do. So you see how I'm just kind of adding like these gloves, like making the space like to show that they're like what I'm talking about is like right here, this spot, like showing like the glove is actually coming up on the arm. So yeah, and yeah, just do something like this. This is a really weird character, by the way. Really weird. Yeah, I'll just go there. this. A lot of times too, you'll end up changing your mind on a particular style. Like, you'll start drawing, and then you'll be like, I want to do this with it instead. And so, it will happen. It's pretty cool too. Doing this really just gives your mind like a it's helping you be comfortable while you're drawing, which is extremely important. And you have to have fun too. So if we hide that, we've kind of got this weird character coming together. Okay, and so yeah, I'm making like the feet a little bit more, it's kind of like more precise. Also, this was going to be our tail, so what we can do is just kind of come over and follow, and maybe we'll put like a point, and then practically just follow that line back. And then you've created yourself a tail. And then up here, we'll make these stand out a little bit more. Oops. I need to make those way thicker. There we go. Okay, so let's hide that other layer. So now we've got this going on. So it's coming together. One thing that we need to do, I need to erase this part right in here. I'm just doing a small little spot for his eye. Oops. I'm just going to fill this in real quick. Okay, so now what can we do? We can add a little bit more detail. So let's give him like a little bit of a collar. And just add some little details right there on the front. We'll put a line right here because that kind of shows like the armpit. Okay. And we can just put some little details here. Just like that. Now, eventually, like, you guys, you will get faster at this, too. Like, I don't want you to think that, like, it's all just going to take this long. I'm just kind of just trying to show you the steps. Coming along. Yeah, it's still a mess, but it's getting there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do one more. We're going to duplicate. Oops, sorry. I did not mean to do that, guys. I meant to make a new layer, and this one we're going to drop the opacity on it again. This time we're going to drop it pretty low, a lot lower. And I'm actually going to move this over just a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. And, okay, so yeah, let's put it there. Okay, now we're going to go to our new layer. We're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to try to be even more detailed with it. So we're going to try to make it look a lot better. So this time, we're going to start off. And actually, I think I want to change I'm going to go to inking. So I'm going to get an ink tool. Well, let's see. Yeah, about right there. That looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to really try to just pay attention a little bit more to trying to shape this up and make it look better than what it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and I think we need to actually drop the opacity on this even more. How long have I been drawing? If you're talking about today, I've been drawing for like 25 minutes. But if you're talking about how long have I been drawing, just as in total, I've been drawing since I was 2. So yeah, I've been drawing for a very long time. Okay, so we've got a smaller tool. So now I want to really do a little bit more detail work on this to make it look a little more believable. So see, but once you actually have like an outline to follow, you'll start to see where you can start adding in more detail. So, or making things look better. So actually, I would like to position the head more about right here, which is pretty cool. And then I'll come over here and do the ear. I'm drawing on the iPad right now. That's what we're using. Okay, and now this is the part where you be like, you know, kind of a little more careful, and you're just kind of, you know, just kind of trying to think like, what can I actually do to make this look better? So yeah. So that's what we're doing right now. I actually want to make this oops. I hope you guys have been enjoying. Oh, hello. Sorry, I just saw someone else just said hi. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos that I've been putting up over the past couple of days. I have a lot more tutorial videos coming for you guys. So, yeah, hopefully you guys are excited about that. And we're going to do quite a bit to still clean up this new layer that we're doing. I think someone else just said something I can't see. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Okay, so let's position this more about right here. I need to change that up a little bit. And all of this comes in time and practice. Oops. Gosh darn it. That mess. That thing popping up in the screen that just it just messed me up. I was wondering. I was like, wait, what's happening? I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a Facebook message trying to come through. Okay. Procreate is the best. It really is. It's a really good app. I enjoy it a lot. And it seems like a lot of other people do too. I think it's just because it works. It just works so smooth, you know. Okay. I'm gonna move the tail up a little bit, and also to make the tail a little bit not so pointy at the end. Alright, so with the eyes, I'm actually going to get rid of the layer underneath because I don't think we need it anymore. So, now we did say he was kind of like somewhat of a cat, like a cat kind of character. So I'll just do this here for his nose, and do this with his face. Now I'm kind of thinking this is somewhat maybe a kind of a little evil character, so we'll just you see how I did that right there? Okay. Yeah, okay, so it was like that, and then I added these two in, which that kind of adds to like kind of makes it like when your eyebrows are like aiming down, like when like when you're pissed or something. That helps. So if you don't necessarily want to do a character that has eyebrows, you can always use this little area in here, which will give the impression as though someone's mad. Okay, so now I need to kind of put a little line, kind of like that, and then we're going to bend this in just a little. Just a little bit, just like that. And yeah, so about just right there. I really appreciate you guys coming out to watch. Like it really means a lot. It feels so great when when I'm not drawing in here by myself. So yeah, I want you guys to know that I really do appreciate it. So kind of what I'm doing now is I'm seeing areas like you gotta start scanning like the drawing. Like once you start getting more detail into it, then kind of start scanning and just being like, where can I improve on this area and stuff. So, you know, and again, like you'll pick up the speed on all of this. Like this all won't take so long. I'm just you know kind of going at a speed that I feel like people can kind of watch and. You know, not zooming all over the place when people feel like they're lost and they don't know what's going on. So I'm just trying to make it as comfortable as possible for you guys. But when you're doing this process, like the more and more you practice drawing, like you're going to get faster and faster at this, and then you'll be able to sketch out a full character in just a matter of minutes. And not as long as we've been going. But this is honestly like the relaxing spot. So this is the time to relax. It's like we're just going over the drawing, sharpening it up, finding little areas that we can make it look better. We could put like a little line right here, so because it kind of looks like he's wearing a helmet, right? That's what I'm thinking. He looks like he's wearing a helmet. So we can do that. And then also, too, if you want to do something like, if you want to represent that there's shine on the helmet, you can literally just put, like, that was a bad example. You can kind of just put, like, two little spots like that. And those will be, like, an indicator for you to remember, like, leave these spots. Like, don't fill those in because that's going to represent shine on the helmet. So, yeah. So now with his eyes, though, let's go ahead and do those. So I'm kind of thinking, let's do, like, some kind of cool slanted eyes. because this character is supposed to be kind of a villainous character. So just do that. And then for the mouth, let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do, maybe we'll do like a kind of an evil laugh. Now, if we want to make it look creepy, here, okay, let me show you two things real quick. So let's give them some teeth. So let's have it about right there, and yeah, about right there. So he's got some teeth going on, right? Okay, but the thing that I want to show you is if you want to make this laugh look more menacing, you could like draw a line right there and then put the eyes in there. Now see, that kind of looks like he's got more of that ha ha ha, you know. But if you want to make him look like he's just complete nutcase crazy, then you can make him look like that. Now that looks like he's lost his mind, like he doesn't know what he's doing anymore. So it depends on like what kind of villain, you know, or what type of character you want to create. There's just little tricks that you can do. So going from that back to this, he looks more like more sinister. Just kind of like he's thought it all through already. He knows exactly what he's doing. So yeah, I'm not sure which one I like more. I kind of like this look, but I like the crazy one too. So, but our character is wearing some really weird like banana pants or something. I don't know. They're kind of weird. But we'll put that line back too for representing where he's got his armpits. This is a weird cat. I don't like cats. And I just don't. Anyone that knows me, they know I don't like cats. But this cat seems like he needs some help. And why is he wearing like I don't know, he's got like some weird tank top thing going on. Okay, so let's add, maybe he's got some pockets. So we'll add those in. So the thing is, like, once you get to this point, you kind of just get to, like, you can start looking at it and being like, oh, okay, well, he's wearing this. You know, we usually have this on this particular piece of clothing and stuff, and you can add that in, just like I said, like, he has, like, pockets. So you can add that in. I don't know why you would have pockets on this type of pants or whatever, but yeah, it's whatever. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to clean up. A lot of times you'll do this. You'll see something, and then you'll just be like, you know, I'm going to erase that and kind of, like, restructure it a little bit. Because now you have so much of the drawing. Now you feel a lot more confident with, like, making changes and stuff. You're not going to feel as scared because you can kind of see, instead of, like, you having just this blank thing in your mind, like, trying to just draw this straight off isn't necessarily the best idea. Like, you start with all of those, all of those little basic shapes that we were doing earlier, and that kind of just helps you get what is in your mind out and onto the paper. And so, so now that you've got, now that we've got more of the drawing, we feel more comfortable with, like, changing things, moving things around. Hello, what's up, guys? I'm so glad to see people in the chat today. It really makes me feel good. So, one thing we can do, too, we can add in another one of these, like, pill things, showing us, like, going further, like, in the back. Let's do another one over here, too. Okay, so that's looking better. It's looking, so let's see, what progress have we made? Okay, so I'm going to scoot him over here, okay? So I'm going to scoot him over, and we're going to bring out this one, and yeah, we've got yeah, actually, let's just shrink him, scoot him over a little bit. So, and then we've got this one. And it's not necessarily going to take this many steps for everyone. I'm just doing this as a way to show, no matter what level you're at, you can definitely, using this method, you can definitely improve. So you see, like, that's seeing where we started from. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah, it can, I'm probably going to leave this out a little bit, just to have this up for encouragement. For myself, and maybe for others as well. So I'll leave, you know what, let me, because I need more room, so I'll just leave that one out there. And, yeah, I want this to be a very full video, so I'm still going to be live streaming for quite a bit more. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. If you guys whoever has to bounce, if you guys got to go, I completely understand, but, I really want to be able to be here to, give you guys a very good, solid video with, like, help and tips and tricks and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys don't mind sticking with me a little bit longer today. Okay, so what do we want to do now? So I tell you, this is the funnest part, because you just get to, like, be... this is like where your creativity can really start flowing, because you're just like, yeah, he would look better like this or like this. So I'm going to try erasing a foot. We don't want your foot around here. So I'm going to, wait, let me make sure I have the right tool. Okay. So now I'm going to try to do a little bit more of a detailed foot. So let's bring it in. And maybe he's got, like, some weird sci-fi... Oh, gosh, those motorcycles are so loud. Let's see, let's just go like that. And then he's got some, weird cat foot going on. It's like a cat and a dinosaur type of foot going on. I don't know, this is weird. Why am I doing this? Okay, now look at that, he's got like a claw. And we can put a claw at the edge of that one. So, yeah, really weird foot, but, it's okay, it's what we do on this channel, we make weird stuff. So I'm going to be trying my best, you guys. I'm going to be live streaming every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. So if you guys want to jump in and learn some stuff with your boy, then you are more than welcome to join me, because I would really like it. I've never done it in the history of this channel, of me doing live streams. I've never had 100 people in the chat at once. And I would really, 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 really like to have that happen. I think that would just be exciting. That would be so much fun. So hopefully we can build up our live stream audience and, just kind of get it to that level. That'd be like a YouTube dream come true. Okay, so he's got these weird feet, and I want to do some more detail. So these are like almost like some like weird space boots things he's wearing. So we're gonna put some like circles, well, not really circles, but weird shapes. Right there. Let's do a little more detail. So maybe he's got like some weird like stripe designs going on his pants. I don't think I would ever want to meet this character. in real life, I would be pretty disturbed. I'd be like, what kind of unholy thing is this? I mean, just look at his face. He does not look cool at all. Like, he's got some serious issues. There, look at that. Now we've changed him from looking serious to now he looks like he's like, what? Right? Yeah? Nobody? Great. Cool. Like he's not fooling anyone with that face. And actually I kinda like it. I'm not gonna lie. I kinda like that look. Because he looks so stupid. Okay, so let's do some more shapes like this. Now you see how I just made that fold come out like that? Like, you see right now it's straight. It's right in there, it's straight, but then we have it come out like this. Now that can actually be like a jacket or something. I don't know why this character is wearing this type of jacket, but who cares? Let's go for it. Okay, and okay, that's looking weird, but better at the same time. So what is he wearing? Is he wearing like a, yeah, so he's wearing like some type of vest. I think I need to bring that shoulder up a little bit right in there. So, just, you guys, like, honestly, like, just keep practicing this. Like, everything that you see in this video, the steps that I showed you, like, just practice it. Practice, 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 practice. And you'll see, like, it's going to get better. Your artwork will get better, like, your control of, like, holding the stylus, all that stuff, it will get better. So, remember, we came from here to there. Okay, so let's see. Let's do. Now, what I do want to show you guys is. Well, first, I want to. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Let's fill in. I'm going to change my brush too. I'm going to. Actually, no, let's use this tool. All I'm going to do is just fill in the space, like where his mouth is. So, we're going to just fill it black. And. We'll make sure that that's underneath. So I'm just going to kind of go around the edges and not really draw on the white part where his teeth are. So why did I just do that? I could have... There we go. I am making more work for myself. This is ridiculous. Stop it, Johnson. Okay. So there, so you can see like that. I mean, all these little things, they start adding, and it starts making things look better. We can fill in 2 little spots like that for his eyes. So he really looks like he's trying to convince somebody of something. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to do any color in this, but we are going to add in some, like, shading. So we are going to do that. But before we do that, I want to go back to my inking tool, and I want to come over here and mess with his hands a little bit. So I'm going to erase this hand, and we're going to try to, like, just detail it a little bit more. So right now he's got, like, these little pincher hands or something, which kind of look funny. Just erase that, erase, and now we're going to do something a little bit better. So I'm going to start off with a shape kind of like this, and another one like this. Okay, and we're going to give him a thumb. Oops, that is not a thumb. Okay, there we go. So we give him a thumb. I'm going to do this right here. Oops. Just like that. And I'll give him some more believable fingers. So maybe he's like He's got some type of space gloves on or something. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Oops. Good enough. So yeah, and then maybe we'll just cut these off about right there. I'm gonna make this actually thinner. Let's erase this line. Gosh darn it. Let's just erase that, and I'll just come back in and touch it up. Right there. And right there. Okay, so now I'm going to add in some little designs there on his gloves. Right there. And one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my selection tool, and I'm going to cut it about right here. And I'm going to push this down just a little bit, about right there. So almost every single of one of these drawing apps, like, they have a selection tool, so you can just kind of like grab and push those pieces around. So yeah, okay. So what I want to do now is, since we've kind of got him more settled as a real character, what I want to do now is let's make a new layer. So I'm going to create, actually, we need to merge these two together. So let's take these two. The layer right here, this dark layer, see his mouth and the little eye dots, we're going to merge that with this layer. Okay, so we're going to merge those two together, and now look at that, they're one, which is pretty cool. Okay, but what we want to do is we're going to make a layer underneath this layer. And we're going to start doing a little bit of shadows. So what I'm going to do is I want to show that there is some shadow. Also, too, it's important to kind of decide where you want light to be coming from. So when you do your shadows, the shadows will fall on your character correctly. So we're going to have our light source coming from the top. So let's make a better arrow than that. Okay. So the light's going to be hitting down on him, so that means our shadows are going to be casting in a downward position. So the shadows are all mostly going to be on like the underneath part of his arm, underneath his helmet, underneath this little banana thing that he's going on. Let me just mark the area so I can show you where we're going to be working. So actually, let me do, so kind of underneath that area right there, underneath those as well, underneath his tail, so also too underneath his neck and his armpits. So yeah, so all these little arrows, that's kind of what these are going to represent. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to drop the opacity on this layer. I'm going to make it, you see how the arrows are getting like fainter and fainter, they're just kind of like disappearing. So we're going to put it about right there. And now, let's start filling in some of these spots. So see how I'm just kind of filling this in. Just fill all of this in. Like, this is fun. This is relaxing right here. I could do this all day. And it's pretty cool because we're like adding in detail without really having to do a whole lot. Like, we've got like 2 layers practically going on right here. We want a little bit of shadow right here on the nose. And he has a cat too, so I need to make that nose stand out a little bit more, because right now he just looks like some creepy dude. A little bit of shadow underneath the lip and here on the chin. And then, like I was saying, underneath the neck. So we want to show, this is the shadow that his head and his chin is casting on his neck. And we can kind of fill in these spots too. I promise you guys, if you guys just continue to practice, like, you'll get your drawings to this this level very quickly, very quickly. So you gotta draw as much as you can, you know. But just remember, when you draw though, you've gotta have fun with it. You have to. It's very, very important. Okay, so we're gonna fill in here. So hopefully you guys are kind of getting the idea of how this works. I wonder how many of you guys follow along. I don't think I've ever asked that. I may have, but I don't remember. I'm curious on like who actually follows along, like as I'm doing this. Okay, and let's do. I was saying we need to do some under the tail. By the way, you guys, let me know if the stream, if it's going well for you guys, or if it's glitching out, all of that stuff. So let me know. I'd appreciate it. It's okay if we went all the lines. It is okay. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of shadow underneath right there. And that one. Okay, and another little trick that you guys can do to kind of help your character kind of lock them to the ground and not, you know, make them look like they're just floating nothing, is you can kind of just kind of trace out underneath each toe, because then this kind of shows like a shadow, and it kind of locks the character to the ground, so that they actually look like they're standing on something. Okay. So it looks pretty good, right? It's a lot better than where we came from. So you guys are more than welcome to, as you practice this, you're more than welcome to email it to me and let me see what you guys have come up with. So I would really appreciate that. That would be awesome. If you guys want to do that, you can email me at howtodrawlikejohn@gmail.com. And yeah, feel free, send in your stuff. I'd be more than happy to look at it. Okay, so I'm actually going to fill these in just a little bit like that. You see that little white spot that I left? I kind of like that, because sometimes like that helps and makes it look a little more like, it's like adding to the detail a little bit. So we can actually, let's fill in, too thick. Let's fill in these spots here. Just kind of fill those in, because it just kind of makes it look a little more put together. Now mind you, I said we're not going to be doing any coloring in this video, just because I want to keep this pretty basic, because once we start dealing with color, then there's a lot, and I don't want to overwhelm people. starting out, I just want this to be very, just a very chill, relaxed video. So just have time to focus on just these things and not everything else. All right. Let's color in his feet, because I feel like it will help balance out the picture more if we, well, not color, but add some shading in. I'll just do that here on these dinosaur toes, or whatever the heck they are. Just like so. Yeah, that looks better. It looks a lot better to me. Alright. So I guess, yeah, let's fill these in too. And just make it look more complete. Now I'm almost wondering, let's see, should I get rid of those eyebrows? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like them more menacing looking? I kind of like that look because he just looks so, yeah, he's a weird looking dude. But what would you prefer, that or with the eyebrows? So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe let me know in the comments, and then if we end up coloring this character at some point, then yeah, we can just kind of finish it. So, trying to think, is there anything else I want to show you guys in regards to the shadowing? I kind of think that's it, because that looks so much better than, oh, I guess I can get rid of these little arrows. So, I'll just get rid of those. I could erase them, but this is a little more precise. So let me just get rid of these real quick, guys. Go away, we don't want you around here. Oops. And that one can go away too. Okay. So, just so you know too, anything that's outside of the canvas, like outside of the white, it will disappear and it's gone forever, unless you hit undo. But you can, yeah, it's pretty much gone once you push it out of that area. So yeah, so let's do maybe a little bit more detailing on his clothes. So let's put a badge on him. So we'll do that, and of course, what we're gonna put there? We're gonna put that art face logo. So we're gonna do that. Also, too, I said he was a cat, so we're going to fill in his nose so it looks more cattish, and we'll put some whiskers right there. He's a cat with like a little devil tail. You can put some claws on him. He's like, meow, my claws, pet me, feed me. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. Kind of thinking about adding a little antenna on the top of his head. Yeah, something like that. And so he can communicate with all of his other cat brethren. Can do that. Just add in these little waves. Kind of makes it more, seems a little more animalish, I guess. You can do some little spots like that, because he's a cat, he has fur, so we can just kind of indicate that just by adding these little squiggly lines that kind of represent. You're like, oh, okay, he's got fur. You can even add a few on the tail. Yeah. So about like that. And then if we want, we can kind of give him some weird eyelashes, kind of. Or not. They could take them away. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, yeah, so this is kind of just kind of showing you guys a little bit on how to go from nothing to something. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It looks pretty cool. I actually will probably use this character for something. Just I kind of like the way he looks. So I just merged those two layers together. So now he's all one. I can make a new one because sometimes you just see little things and you're like, man, I need to add some detail in, like right there. And go away. Okay. And that will happen a lot. You'll just keep seeing things where you want to add something else in, something extra. Which is good because then it helps you, it helps your eye when you're looking for, like, especially when you're creating a character, you just kind of like, it helps you create a more full character, and not just like the basics, you know. That looks pretty cool. Kind of want to fill this in up here on the top. I'll make this stand out a little bit more. Your eye will be more drawn to that just because of the amount, like the heavy lines that are around it. It'll make it stand out more. Can do that with the edge of his gloves too. Oops. So I'll just do that and just fill that in. Just like so. So yeah, so we pretty much have a full completed character. If we can make him look super creepy, if we were to fill in, oops, it's too thick. Fill in these spots over here, this white part, fill it in with black. Yeah. He's a pretty cool character, though. So, I dig it. I dig it. Anyway, but yeah, so let's see. We've been going for an hour, almost an hour, 10 minutes. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it was beneficial and it helped. If you guys want me to do another session where I color this, you know, smash the like button or post it in the comments below. Just let me know. I'd be very happy to continue this character for you guys. So let's real quick. Let me merge all of this together. So let's just have a lineup real quick. So this is our final character, and we start it from yeah, from all of that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I will see you all in the next video, and if you're new to this channel, again, don't forget to subscribe. Again, thumbs up, and please comment. I really do enjoy talking to you guys in the comments. So if you have questions or anything, just hit me up, and also too, you guys can always message me on my my Facebook page. So you can go there. I will add those links in the description of this video. So by the time it's done processing, I'll have all of that ready to go. But yeah, you can add me, or you can go to my channel. On the top where my channel art is, there's a link to my Instagram and my Facebook, and yeah, you can, I think, Twitter too, but I don't really use Twitter. I never got into it really. I know a lot of people use it and it's good, but I just never got into it. But yeah, you can follow me, you can message me, and yeah, I really want to continue doing these tutorials for you guys and help you all out, because it's fun. I really enjoy it. So with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. I love you all, and yeah, don't forget The Greatest Journey comes out August 14th. I'm super excited about it. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And yeah, with that being said, take care. Don't do drugs unless they're free. Just kidding. All right, bye guys.